This one comes from China. The two strangers stood there, reading the notice on the wall. I wonder if it's, maybe we should talk to the emperor. I don't know, maybe we should. Excuse me, sir. Can we speak to the emperor? Why? Who are you and what do you want? Oh, we are two strangers that come from far, far, far away, and we are jugglers. And we can juggle anything, and we are also magicians. And when I say we are magicians, we are not just the regular magicians that do card tricks on the road. Oh no, we can turn mice into men. We can turn mountains into rocks. Exactly, yes, we can. So please, will you present us in front of the emperor? Well, if you really are as good as you say, yes, of course I will. And the man took the strangers and presented them in front of the emperor. The emperor had some dignitaries visiting, and they were all sitting with a fine feast in front of them. So you say you can turn mice into men and mountains into pebbles, and that's a lot of big talk for somebody who doesn't look that impressive. Oh, sire, we can do so much more than that. Just give us a try. Very well then, go ahead. And so the two strangers, they put on a show. They did turn some mice into men who came and sat next to the emperor but still nibbled at his food. And they turned the mountain that was just behind the emperor into pebbles, and oh, that didn't go down too well, so they had to turn it back into a mountain. And they juggled with elephants. And they took the sun and they turned it into a light that they lit his lamps with. But despite all this, the emperor wasn't quite that impressed. It's winter, it's cold, I have all my foreign guests here. I know. Get me a peach. Sire, a peach? In the middle of winter? How do you expect me to get you a peach? Peaches are not winter fruit. Ah, so all this boasting and all this, high talk, but you can't get me a peach? Very well, sire, if you insist, I will get you a peach. And the older man, he took a trunk that he was carrying with him, and from that, he drew a ball of golden thread. And one of these he tied to the pavilion where the emperor was sitting, and the other, the ball, the skein, he threw it into the air. And it went further and further and further and further and further and further, higher and higher, up into the sky, until it could no longer be seen. He tugged on the golden string. Yes, it held. Son, it is time for you to go to the palace of the Sun Emperor, go into his garden and get a golden peach. But be careful. If the guards catch you, you know what will happen. Yes, father, I will be as careful as I can, said the young boy. And very nimbly, he jumped on to the golden string, and he walked, 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 until he could no longer be seen. After a few minutes, something came falling down. It was a foot. Oh, my son. And then two hands, followed by a torso, legs, soon body parts were scattered all around the emperor, the guests, and the public that had gathered all around. And the old man, he was in tears. My son, my son. Oh. The people gathered around the old man, and they patted his back, and they spoke to him, for they knew that the loss of a son in China meant that you had no one to take care of you in your old age. Let us gather some money. Let us gather some money, please. We're going to at least give him a decent burial. Here, old man, here you go. Thank you. Thank you. At least I can give my son a decent burial. And saying that, he started gathering up all the pieces of his son, and he put them into the trunk, and he closed the trunk with a slam. Just a few seconds later, there was a knocking from inside the trunk. Everybody was surprised what was going on. The old man opened the trunk, and out jumped the boy. Fully functional, with his legs and his feet and his torso all in the right place. And not only that, but in his hand he carried a golden peach. The smell of the peach, it filled the entire kingdom. And apparently they say that no matter how much of it you ate, that peach never became smaller. It never became smaller. And once you tasted that peach, nothing ever tasted as good. And they took the pit of that peach out, and they planted that tree. And they say that even till today, when you go to that place in China in winter, you can see peach trees. So try it.